Hello and welcome to Journals and Dragons. My name is SJ. I'm excited for this month's theme because I'm a big Dungeons and Dragons fan. In case you didn't guess by the title of my channel, I am. And all of the spreads from this month are based off of the Mighty Nine in Critical Role. I'm especially excited for August because to me August feels like a sort of a reset button for the year. You start a new year in January and then you get to August and you need to restart the year again. And this is probably just a carryover from being used to school starting in August. But in 2020, with everything that's happened in the first 6 months and everything that hasn't happened in the first 6 months, let's just make August a good one. Let's take a deep breath, let's restart and try again in the last 6 months. This month I'm using Tombow markers, zebra mild liners, and just a plain black micron pen. So some pretty basic materials. You can just use the Crayola super tips, those are great too. Basic materials for this month, and let's get into August. Also, you may notice I have kind of a large scratch on my left hand there. I promise I'm not getting into knife fights, I just have a cat, so please don't worry about it. And with that, now let's get into August. Alrighty, so I'm going to start us off with our cover page. This is a pretty basic cover page as long as you know how to draw straight lines. I don't, so even if you don't know how to draw straight lines, you'll probably be fine. This is just the Critical Role logo. It's quite easy to draw, easy to replicate. And on the left side here, I top us off with that famous Critical Role quote. And then for the calendar, now I used to do double spread, like large calendars, so that I could actually like write events going on in the month in there, sort of like a real planner might be. I haven't been doing that lately just because I haven't been up to much. So the smaller calendar just alongside the cover page has worked great for me, but I may switch back to the other way soon. I did a very like square blocky look for that calendar there, which I don't normally do, because I wanted it to look like dice, like this excited dice. Also, it wouldn't be a Journals and Dragons video if I didn't go too far on my lines right away. First page and we do it, so don't be me, pay attention to your lines. I also used the Tombow markers to sort of like pseudo watercolor it. I just put some ink down on that plastic thing, scooped it up with a watercolor brush and swirled it along in all the different dice, quote unquote, to give it that swirly resin look that a lot of dice have, especially like in D&D dice, maybe not the black and white ones, but pretty simple, pretty little simple doodles down there. And here is the final product for our cover page. It has a little color thrown in there, which is nice, but it's a pretty simple, minimalistic, nice looking cover page, nice and clean. I like it. And I tossed some dice on there because why not? Alrighty, so now we're getting into our habits page, and I've said before, but I like to sort of focus on a new wellness thing every month. And this month I'm really going to focus on reading. On our left side I have all the different habits in books there. I also have Frumpkin doodled down on the bottom left. So this is my Caleb themed page, if you didn't already guess. He's big into books, so the reading list worked well there, and just tossing the little habits in those books was quite easy. And I have the fire theme going up the sides. I don't usually use a lot of reds and yellows in my journal. For some reason I just really love cool colors and I always use them, so this was a good sort of break up to my usual routine. Oh, and there's Frumpkin! So cute. I love cats. And I also, if you have like a black colored pencil or maybe just a regular pencil, you might want to toss a line down in the middle of those pages that sort of fades into the background. I couldn't find a black colored pencil, so I was like, okay, I'll just leave it like this. But that may make it a little more book-like. Alrighty, and this one is the moon journal that I like to do every month, and this is based off of Fjord. So we've got some like creepy little Ursula tentacles creeping in on the edges there. And then instead of moons, I did the moon cycle all in pearls. For some reason, clams were a lot more difficult to draw than I thought they would be. I can draw a Bulbasaur, but I can't draw a clam, which is just kind of sad. But yeah, so just toss some clams all around the edges, and then in the center there we have the eye that is supposed to be on Fjord's falchion, with some barnacles going around the center, as well as some seaweed. These colors are really, really nice. I like deep sea colors. And here is the final product for our moon journal page. I always love this spread. I find it's one of the most effective for me in organizing my month. And I went back over the eye in a different yellow to just make it more vibrant and poppy. Here that is. And this is our first weekly spread. This one is based off of Mollymauk Tea Leaf, my personal favorite character, because I love tea. It's in the intros of my video, and his last name is Tea Leaf, so that's all it took. That's all it took to be my favorite character. He has like a lavender purple skin and darker purple hair, so most of the colors, the like most common color on this page is going to be purple, to sort of invoke that, but I also have some blues and greens because he has a common peacock theme going on. He has a tattoo up his neck, so I have some jewel tones in there to sort of match that peacock theme, as well as just some doodles that match some things he has as a character, so gems and mostly tarot cards and stuff like that to sort of invoke the aesthetic of this character. He's also a circus man, which is why I did the flags up top, because I didn't know how else to represent circus. And here is the final product of our very first weekly spread. Okay, we're moving on to our second week in August, and this one is themed after Miss Jester. She's a very popular, very fun character. Most of the writing here is in sort of a dark grayish dusty blue. That's supposed to be the color of her skin, so it's the main theme for this page. And then other than that, I just used some nice pastels together, and all of these are Tombow markers. But she really loves sweets, and she fights with a lollipop, so I wanted to invoke sort of a lollipop motif going around the border there, with just really bright, fun, transitioning colors. So this is going to be the most colorful, probably the most colorful spread I've ever done, and I love it. Here's our final look at our second week in August. Now for the font that you can sort of see up at the top, as well as in the days, I wanted something childish and bubbly, yet really like not Comic Sans-esque, and I really liked this font for the Jester character. And here's our final look at our last spread for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, especially if you made it all the way through the video. Thank you, thank you. I post the final spreads for the rest of the month on my Instagram, so that'll be 2 more weeks in August, as well as a closing page over on my Instagram, Journals and Dragons, of the same name. And if you have any ideas for themes for next month, anything you want to see, I am still doing the regular Dungeons and Dragons spreads as well. Comment down below and let me know, and if you want to see more of these videos, please subscribe. Thanks again everybody for watching, and I will see you guys in September. Have a great month!